Truck Manager. This is a preview for the video game Truck Manager, which is developed by Trophy Games. And I've watched their videos, and I've read through their support pages, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about the game and how it works. Number one, it is similar to other games that they've developed in terms of CO2, marketing, demand, etc. So if you've played their other games, you're going to know how the existing system is going to work. In terms of the cargo, it's similar to with the aircraft. There's large load and heavy load, and different trucks are going to be better for different types of load. I actually wrote down what I gathered in my discussion forum at cheapbooks.cc. Look for Truck Manager, or you can search for it. There is a lot of differences with the maintenance and the wear and tear. Basically, and I don't know if this is true with their other games, but if you carry heavier items, then there's going to be more wear and tear. If the trucks are older, there's going to be more wear and tear. And it can impact your reputation if you have a lot of vehicles that are old or worn. And it can be more difficult. They'll break down more often, which means that while en route, there might be a delay. And if there's a delay, you might pay a fine for not delivering the cargo on time. You can increase your reputation by marketing, by having a well-maintained fleet, and by performing deliveries. If you perform a delivery, then you get a reputation boost with the terminal that's receiving the cargo. And there of course could be others. You can run loads up to 400 kilometers anywhere on the continent. You can't go across the ocean, but if you're in the United States, you should be able to go as long as it's 400 kilometers max. You can connect a series of cities. You should be able to go to Canada and to Mexico. Not every country is available, but about half the countries are ready to go, because they have to put the terminals in for all the major cities that you can play in. Okay, so there's another game called Transroad. Transroad USA. And I'm going to say that the games sound a little bit similar. Transroad USA has nice graphics. I like the game a lot. It's not free. The issue with Transroad USA is that the user interface is absolutely horrible, and I couldn't stand playing the game, which is why I don't play it. Hopefully, this game will have a nice user interface. It is available on mobile. They've announced it will take a few months before it's available on PC. The game has already been out for 2 months now. The graphics are pretty good. It's a lot different than some of their older games. I would say that the graphics for this game are a lot prettier. I'm going to play the trailer. Oh, there's no option to watch on YouTube.
Truck Manager.
See if it opens up. Obviously, don't look at that advertisement, because I don't want to get the video taken down. Okay, so I'm going to turn on the closed captioning. It says it's multiplayer, but as you know, in their other games, it's only multiplayer in terms of the stock market. You don't compete for demand, as far as I know, in this game. So it says multiplayer, but I think that it's a little bit misleading. That appears to be what the graphics look like. I'm not sure, because they usually don't do pop-ups like that in the graphics. That's obviously on the mobile phone. Okay, we want to talk about the trucks. If you want, you can read more about this on their support pages on their website, which is trophy-games.com, and then go to the support link, which is right here. Okay, so you got panel vans, box vans, rigid trucks, tractors, and tractor trailers. So a panel van is obviously a one-piece vehicle, and a box van is like a U-Haul. Rigid truck. One of the things it mentions is that the rigid truck can carry heavier loads because of the design of the truck. There are refrigerated items. There's dry cargo, light cargo, and heavy cargo. The light cargo, because it is less wear, you're going to run it on the panel vans, which means you're going to do it for local deliveries, and they advise for the heavy cargo you're going to probably want a rigid truck or a tractor trailer, and it's going to be more long haul. So obviously these terminals, you can pick a terminal anywhere in the world, but Copenhagen is not going to be able to deliver to Cincinnati because they're on different continents. It doesn't say you're stuck on one continent. It says anywhere in the world, and you have to chain them together. You cannot cross continents. Over here it's showing that you can pick a capacity limit for your vehicle. And these are some of the images. Okay, so you got diesel, you got electric. It says that some contracts will require electric, and the reason why is because they want you to be CO2 neutral, and the CO2 is used for marketing. You can advertise yourself as being CO2 neutral. However, there is no impact. For example, you make less income. There's no penalty. There's no subsidy. I didn't see any mention of subsidies, etc. That's an example of what a chain looks like. Go back a little bit. You see it has a point system. You've got cash. You've got the name of your trucking company. That's probably the share of the stock value. You have your reputation. This is probably the fuel. And you've got mail, and you've got a menu. Okay, so there is another game called Transroad USA, which is right here. And the game's okay, but like I said, you're going to need something in the game, and you're not going to be able to find it because the interface is just absolutely horrible, and you're not going to know how the game works. I have the feeling that we'll look at Transroad USA if you want to make a quick comparison. This is not a free game, but the graphics are really nice. And it's got the same ideas. You buy trucks, you have contracts, you have to complete them on time. If you like this type of a game that has a nice graphics, you could go with Transroad, but I am going to warn you, it has a difficult learning curve. Just to do something like, well, how do you get the driver on the truck? Took me a half an hour to go through all the interface options to figure out where's the driver or the truck, and how do you match them together. It was a pain in the butt. And a lot of things that are common to you, like you click on something to add it, they don't do it. It's all drag and drop, which is something that I really didn't like. Okay, so that is my intro, my preview to the game Truck Manager. You can go to my forum at cheapbooks.cc, and you can read the tips and also all of my future information, which will go here when I plan future videos, like a guide on how to play the game, how CO2 works, etc. And I am the owner of cheapbooks.com, which is a website for searching for books and textbooks. There's over 660 million listings worldwide. It's got virtually everything. It's rare that I can't find a book, and it's got booksellers from countries all over the world, including China, Japan, United States, Mexico, Europe, Africa, Asia. Got all sorts of booksellers. If you have any questions or comments, please post below.